Hello, and welcome to the Bold Black Girls podcast. I'm Aries.
And I am Kim.
And I'm very excited for us to be back for another week with you all. So many messages that we're happy that we came back.
Rip me out the plastic. I'm acting brand new.
Put me in some plastic and turn me loose. Y'all got to go find that lady on TikTok. She said, put me in some plastic and turn me loose.
Say? She said, wrap me in some plastic.
And turn me loose.
Oh, people are funny.
That's me. I'm going to be like, I'm going to be that person. Thinking I'm cool, though. I'll be like.
You already know.
But yeah, I'm excited. It's been a good week. The boys went back with their dad.
Okay.
So I have the whole week this week.
Co-parenting at its finest.
Do what I want. But I'm going to be pretty much actually going on a work trip this week. So I get a little bit of me time, a lot of work time, but I'm still like, a real single lady this week.
And that's,
no kids.
Honey, that single life.
Hey, because as long as you don't have a ring on your finger, you are single. And I need people to really stop making it seem like a bad thing. We're all born in the world single. It's a state of being. You're going to be single. Some people are single longer than if they had got married. They were single longer. And you got some that, if you got married when you was a teenager, then you're probably going to be married longer. But marriage ain't the only state of being that validates a person as a human being. Like, we need to stop that. It's crazy. So, anywho.
Okay.
What you been up to?
So I just got back from New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And then before that, I was in North Carolina for a conference. And Kiara got a new job. Thanks to Amy Aries. So she was on that live.
Yes.
And that opportunity resulted in an opportunity.
Exactly.
So your network is your net worth. So sometimes, we gotta really network.
We're gonna
we'll talk about.
Yeah.
What we're over with.
Yeah.
So, other than that, I've been chilling. I'm trying to think. Yeah, just came from out of town.
Yeah.
Relaxing, getting ready for the kids to be out of school. Because I'm like, when they start school? Because I want to book a ticket. I want to fly out when the first day of school.
We need to plan our trip because we have a trip we need to take before October. So we need to get that on the books.
Rip us out the plastic. We're going to be acting brand new.
Turn us loose.
21, can you do something for me?
Right.
So I'm waiting for the kids to go back to school because I kind of,
all the discounts.
Just even being on the plane with them. I had one on the side, both sides, in front and back. I was like, I can't even take it. And I love kids.
You do love kids.
However, I'm in this new season of my life.
What season?
I don't have to do anything that I really don't want to do.
I posted on my page yesterday or on my story. I do not want to, so I will not be. I don't want to. If I don't want to do stuff, I'm not doing it. Like, that is the energy that we're on. I'm not going to be bothered if I don't want to be bothered.
Which takes us perfectly into our segue of what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
Don't take it personal.
Exactly.
And in a sense, like, over it. Because kind of going to what you said, I think sometimes people get offended if you don't want to do it.
Ooh, child.
And we are big fans of Miguel Ruiz, The Four Agreements.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that book, for me, read it every year, helps put into perspective, like, you really can't take things personal.
Yeah.
Because the things that people do are because of them, typically.
Everybody is their own main character.
Yes.
That's what I like to hold on to and remember when things are happening, because everybody's not thinking win-win. And you're thinking about your thing. And there's nothing wrong with thinking about your thing, because you should. And there are times where we all are doing that, because we're all our own main characters. So our things that we find urgent and priority are not the same for everybody else. And I feel like as long as we learn that, then we can have very fluid and less, conflict. Less of our expectations will be a lot lower. Not that you don't expect things from people.
Right.
Like I told Kim earlier, I was like, if you had a birthday party and didn't invite me, I would be mad. But if you went to brunch with your other girlfriends and didn't invite me, I don't care. Like, it's the bigger thing. You know, it's like something big like that is different. But I don't have FOMO when it comes to you. Like, I'm not going to take stuff, every little thing as if she didn't want me to be there.
And same, so right? Different. And I think that kind of goes into, like, we talk about expectations. Mm-hmm. My problem with the expectations is you expect me to give more than what you yourself are giving. Child. So don't have a higher expectation of me when you yourself can't meet that. Now, that's my problem when it comes to expectations.
Now, I'll take it even further.
Take it further.
Because I need to understand where these expectations coming from and why you even have them for me. Why? Most of the time it's because you think we're more friends than we really are, or we're at a different level of friendship. Or like, I'm looking at you as an associate and you're like, my friend Aries. And I'm like, friend is a strong word. We need to talk about relational intelligence. Go and get the Dr. Darius Daniels. Intelligence. Dr. Darius Daniels' book. And we need to categorize these things so that you don't have, it helps you.
It does.
It helps you to know, like, what kind of friend is this? Is this a friend that, you know, has
I got a great example.
Okay,
Can I call that friend and she come and help me take my hair down? Okay,
right.
Better yet, I got a 6 a.m. flight. Will she take me to the airport?
Exactly.
There are levels to friendship, which we'll get into.
We'll get into it. But yeah, no, so that kind of stuff is like, you got people who, I remember I would see stuff where people are like, oh, no invite. Like, they'll see you post something on social media, like you and your friends had something going on, no invite. And it'd be like, for you to even type that, you already...
Yeah. Well, and you know what? Okay. So.
Like, I ain't even gonna if I felt that, I ain't gonna type that. That's just how I am. But also, why? Come on.
Well, I mean, I do feel like people have FOMO. And, you know, last time we chatted, we talked about life after 35. I'm on the other side now, and I posted.
She 40 now, y'all.
40 plus.
41. Ooh, 41.
So
don't try to plus. 41.
40 plus.
She's up in here with us now.
So I had posted yesterday on my Facebook.
On her Facebook. See, she's still older.
It was like, I'm sorry I'm so cranky. I'm in my terrible 40s. I felt all of that. Okay? Totally felt it. And I was like, you know what? When you're 40, you don't care as much. And this guy posted, when you talk about expectations and kind of friendships, he said, don't invite me to something that requires a gift if you won't. If we can't hang out for happy hour, doing things that doesn't require a gift. He said, because then at that point, I feel like I'm being used.
Which you could be. You know, when somebody only invites you to things where you have to bring something. A gift, right. You're like, I don't never see you.
If we're never bonding outside of the gift giving, like, unless it's a birthday party, you like, hey, I just got this birthday party and don't even bring a gift. Your gift is your presence. Right? So
it's really about people who are going to ask for, like, I always come with something.
I do too.
I'm going to bring a bottle of wine, even if the wine is the wine that I'm going to drink while I'm there.
Right.
At least I'm not coming out of
I don't want to come empty-handed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's more about being that. So it just depends on who it is, what kind of party it is, you know, that kind of stuff. But I just think that sometimes we just have a lot of expectations for people. And the 40 thing of why we don't care is really because we've gotten to a place. And as you get more in your 40s, if you actually are a person who's working on yourself and, you know, your personal development, your, you know, things that therapy and all that, and like working through your issues, you start releasing people of that expectation. You don't even have that you be like, you know what? I ain't even tripping. Yeah, like you can talk yourself through those feelings because it probably will take some time to practice it. But for me, I'm just like, child, I don't want to go. I probably don't really want to go. Listen, I'm trying to lay in my bed. I'm comfortable. Yeah.
Joy of missing out.
I like Jomo.
Okay. And it was funny too, because a memory popped up. It said, I'm only doing brunch and happy hour. I was like, at this point, I don't do any of it. I'm at the house cooking my own brunch.
You do brunch and happy hour,
really.
Kim.
No,
stop.
Not really.
Not every weekend.
Well, I was. You see what I'm saying? I was every week
going. You reduced the amount of
significantly. Yeah. Now I'm gonna get my good groceries at HEB. Yeah. Get at the house, get something to eat, and go lay down.
Yeah. I'm about to go lay down.
So things have. I feel like I've evolved since 35.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I was 37 before I really was like, I like you. I like myself. I actually would be my own friend. Yes. I was like, you're dope.
Well, I mean, y'all.
But it was more so like a realization that we all need to have, because there's a point where what that does is it shifts your trajectory going a different way. Right now, I'm more about, when I'm working on myself, I'm working on myself for myself.
Right.
It's not to make somebody else like me or be accepted or palatable for somebody else. Absolutely. So if somebody looks me in my face and says like, you're not for me, I'll be like, cool. Yay. Like, let's eliminate that now. That's platonic and romantic. Okay. Because, you know, with this show and everything going on, you have to be in a state of ready to love. You have to be in a state of confidence to move around in that space. You are navigating relationships with women, even though you ain't coming there for no friends.
That's true.
But you still have to navigate those relationships because you're going to be sharing space with these people in different scenarios. And then you're having conversations with men to see if there's a connection there. So you're putting, being your best self or whatever in that. If you're not confident, you're gonna be puppeteered all along the way, because you're like, oh, well, let me act this way because I want them to like me and all that. I ain't about to do none of that. Like, I'm being myself. Who is supposed to be for me is going to be attracted to me.
Absolutely.
And what I'm sharing. So these are just things, even in friendships, some women really be wanting women friends. They really want friends. Like, we're lucky. We're blessed.
We really are.
To have multiple groups of girlfriends that we can maneuver in and out of. But I realize, and even on TikTok, if you go in there, when they be like, how y'all be meeting new friends? Have you ever seen those posts where people be like, a lot of women who are trying to make friends? Like, there are a lot of people who just don't have good groups of friends. And so sometimes they'll be clingier. You meet those people and you'll be like, oh, they don't really have a lot of friends. Like, they're trying to kind of hook on, and it could be disappointing when they're a little bit too eager.
It is, I mean, I don't know. I don't have that problem.
I don't either,
but I do realize that.
But it can happen. It happens to you because everybody think Kim is her friend. They friend. Everybody. They be like, my friend Kim. I'll be like, she ain't. I said early on, I used to kind of get irritated. I'm like, everybody think you are their friend. You're their friend in their minds. Everybody ain't your friend.
Well, one must show themselves friendly, and sometimes it just kind of goes to, it's like how God in the book of the Bible, he had 12 disciples, but then he had three people.
Inner circle.
So you got to know that, right? And like, you got to know who your associates
And then you had the people. Because there were people who were drawn to him that would come hear him speak, that would come be around when he was around. They weren't his friends. Then he had his other group that was like, y'all my people. These my boys.
Yep.
And then I got my people.
It's just like, you have friends that you can travel with, and then there are friends that you cannot travel with.
We learned that lesson. Did we tell the podcast about that before?
I don't know.
So we had this one friend, right?
Because that's the thing too. Like, be ready. If you go out of town with someone, know that there's a potential that could impact the future state of that relationship.
Yes, it can. Because everybody
for good or bad,
your best friend could be someone that maybe you don't travel with. I've just thought about, like, I haven't traveled with two of my other best friends.
Really?
Ever. Nadir or Lauren. I don't think we've ever really traveled anywhere together.
I mean, well, no. You went and met her, though. You went and met her in Vegas. Y'all met up.
Yeah, but
I
wasn't traveling in the same hotel room as her. I was on my own trip, and I came and went.
Gotcha. You connected.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
But when me and Kim went on our first trip together, we had another friend with us, and it was a disaster. It was great with Kim because I'm like, me and Kim always had good vibes, but it was just like, okay, we're taking our relationship to another level. And when we got there, it was just the other friend could not really adjust and be flexible on a trip like how you would need to be, you know? So by the time we got ready to leave, which we was only there for a weekend.
Literally.
And I remember
it was Martin Luther King weekend?
Yep. And we did a whole little Black winery tour, and we went to all the little hot spots in San Francisco, like all the different things to like scenery, you know, and all that. And then the night before we were getting ready to go, because she was acting up. I ain't even getting into all the detail, everything that she was doing, but she was just not being flexible. So let's just say you go to a restaurant
uncooperative,
and there's 4 people, and everybody 3 want to go to one restaurant, and there's one that doesn't. Literally, you're being like this instead of just being like, I'll find something.
Yeah, they got soup on the menu.
I'll find some chicken there. I don't like everything, but I'll find something, some fries. I mean, you know, you just be flexible with the group, you know? That was not the case. It was crazy. So by the time we get ready to leave, I was like being really quiet because I'm over it. Hashtag over it. Okay. I'm over it because I already made the decision in my mind midway. I ain't never going nowhere with this girl again. So I don't care no more. And she wanted to keep talking about what was going on and why. And she was like, you don't want to talk about it? I'm like, why? Like, I have nothing to say. I said, I'm not going nowhere with you no more. So that's pretty much, I'm good. We're in the hotel like the night before.
She was happy.
Not happy at all. And it really did affect our friendship after that. Like, and then it was just one thing after the other. It was like 2 more things. And
but
then
I feel like we went on another trip. Didn't we go on another trip?
Me and you?
No, we went to the cabins. Or was that before?
That was before.
Oh.
That was before. The cabins is different because it was a different environment. It was more people. It was and she could just do whatever. This was like, we're done. And literally it was a done deal after that. But it's just one of those things where, like I said, like you were saying earlier about you don't care as much anymore because it's like,
and I don't want to say I don't care, but it's just like certain things, right? It's like, I used to tell Kiara this, and she thanks me to this day. She says, thank you for always telling me, like, is that your business? Will it matter 2 days, 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 years from now? Will that matter? And so I try and think about like that. Like, will this matter?
Mm-hmm. I started doing that with the kids early on, especially Marvin specifically, because he was always up in LJ business. And I mind your business.
And that's another problem. The mind your own business. You are free when you are minding your own business. Ooh. I could care less what someone else is doing or not doing.
If it don't give me no money,
impact me.
It ain't giving me no money.
If it doesn't,
it ain't messing with my money. It ain't messing with my family or my livelihood or my comfort. I could care less. That's what people, and y'all gonna see this on the show as they continue to play it out. Like I think I mastered it in this space.
You did really good.
Because there were things that old version of Aries, which I embody a lot of the Aries traits. Mm-hmm. I do not like people being talked to crazy or certain scenarios. Like, I will be one of the first ones to say something. So I literally had to have a conversation with myself about being like, this moment right now, like, I had to play the movie forward, like Pastor Conway
says, play it forward.
Saying something right here is going to cause you to have to say something else.
Which
and I don't want to.
Else, right?
Yeah, so like, I know that a back and forth will ensue if I open my mouth for certain things. And if I don't feel like the back and forth is worth it to me, I'm not going to do it, you know? So that's just, I felt very proud of myself for that because that was not for me at all.
And essentially boundaries.
But it's boundaries for yourself, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Because you're protecting yourself from saying, I already know. Like, a lot of times when people get in trouble, it's because they haven't played it forward. They haven't said, if I say this, then this is going to happen. Right. It's like chess.
It really is.
You got to think of all the next steps. And so if you know that, at the end of the day, do I really care? No. And Oh, we'll talk about that another time. We might have to do it. We got to do a part 2 on
Let's
this.
definitely do a part 2.
Because we're not doing no long episodes this season, y'all. We letting you
We're
know
over
right
that.
now.
We are over.
We already over time at this point.
Over long podcast. So this season you will see 30 minutes or less.
Quick. So matter of fact, let's start wrapping this up now. But the point of the matter was,
don't take it personal.
Don't take it personal. We are over. What name some of the stuff that you're over? Everything. People and expectations that aren't matching the relationships, right? Something that we all got to work on, I think, individually. Because as soon as, that's like for me now, my new trigger is when I feel myself feeling away about something, whether I'm mad, whether I'm jealous, like, you know, like feelings that you be like, ooh, I'll be going, why are you feeling that? I always ask myself, I'll be like, what's that?
Yep.
Are you mad because you actually want to do that? No. Are you mad because you wish you had an opportunity like that? Are you mad because it wasn't you? Are you, like, you got to start asking stuff.
What they say,
and then be like, that ain't good.
Yeah.
You know, because none of us are perfect. We're not all getting it right 100% of the time. So when you feel it, because sometimes you'll have those different feelings.
Yeah.
Oh, why did they invite me? Why did just start having that conversation with yourself.
Or with the therapist.
Or with now the therapist, that's what you need. That's who you need to be having it with, because she the one who be getting me together. She gets me straight.
I'm looking forward to my therapist appointment this month.
I
missed June.
I
missed June because of a family reunion. And I could feel it.
You ready to let it loose?
Let it rip me out the plastic.
Turn me loose. All right, y'all.
Okay.
We're done.
All right.
Y'all just take care of your mental health. Take care of your expectations.
And it's okay to evolve on what doesn't matter to you anymore in this stage.
Yes, it shouldn't.
Yeah.
But anywho, make sure y'all are watching Ready to Love on Fridays at 7 p.m.
Please,
Central.
Y'all. My friend is a gift.
I am a gift now.
You are.
We appreciate y'all. Please make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as our podcast platform. Wherever you're listening to this, make sure you rate it and review and say something nice, you know. If you got any good takeaways from what we're talking about today, because, you know, you're just listening to some girlfriends talking about stuff.
Exactly. And we want to know what you over.
Yeah, like what are some things that people going through out there?
Baby, I'm over them day parties.
Day parties?
I'm kind of over it. I'm going to say this. I'm over day parties every weekend.
Yeah, I can't do nothing every weekend. I can't do nothing every weekend. You know, literally, I was in the bed all day yesterday.
I was too.
All day. So all y'all who think I just be outside all the time, I don't be outside all the time.
She be outside.
I might go outside today, though. It's a beautiful day. I need some vitamin D.
I'm going outside. I'm going to see Erykah Badu.
I was going to find me a ticket for that.
Do you want to go?
You got an extra ticket?
I can tell Kiara not to go.
I might have to know.
Let me ask her.
Okay, bye. Y'all, we'll talk to y'all next week. Bye.